Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Breath of Fire 2. Last episode we went to Rand's hometown of Pharma and met his mother. The two reunited. She's kind of a cranky old woman, but secretly she loves him, so we did some yard work for her, went to get some donations, but while we were gone, a paladin came, whisked her away I guess, and they're also taking her farm because the Church of Ivan wants her land to build a mission. Rand and the Paladin had a one-on-one fight, but then Ray broke it up. Now we're gonna go rescue her, but the capital of the Church of Ivan is halfway across the ocean, so we need wings, and Nina seems to know how to get wings, so she directed us to Windia, but, well, there's some hesitation on her part. So we're gonna find out what that's about. We're also gonna make sure Ryu has an empty inventory slot for preemptives, and that Nina is wearing the holy scarf because she's gonna be the one in front for most of this. Also, we bought the holy tears because we're gonna use those in a boss fight later on. They cure zombie, and that's gonna be important. Anyways, joining me for today is Skyzo. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well. Hello, YouTube.
Also a reminder that the Windian royalty is pretending Nina doesn't exist, which is why this guard is playing stupid. But fortunately, the queen has changed her mind on that whole thing, and is now allowing us inside, so that's good.
Yeah, so how about the town of Windia? I imagine the place is like up in the clouds or something because we have a whale, right? So couldn't we just cross the ocean that way?
Oh, it's a town we've already been to.
Oh, so then why do we need the thing?
Because it's the only way we can fly.
Right, but isn't it halfway across the ocean? But like, I'm asking if it's like up in the sky because why would we need wings for?
To get to the Church of Evrai.
And that's up in the sky?
Or it just has a bunch of really large cliffs. We don't know why it's impassable yet, but we will find out soon.
Right.
But for now, we're recounting the story of the Black One, the Harbinger of Despair. We learned about Nina's black wings and how they're supposed to foretell the death of Windia, so that's what they're reviewing for us now, since it's been like, what, 20 episodes? 18?
It's been a long time.
Indeed. So I'm glad they're going over all this again. But the king has fallen ill, and I guess his dying wish is to see Nina once again. Appearances and deception be darned.
Right.
Now, before we get into the rest of the story up here, make sure to check this dresser. This contains another moon drop. These are basically a fix-everything item that revives all your dead party members, heals everyone to full, restores all status ailments, and it works on the whole party. It's really good. The only downside is that it also dispels positive status effects like the Might spell. So use them only in a pinch.
That's convenient.
Indeed. Also, the candles are ignoring sepia tone. I don't really know what's up with that.
Well, it's because you're an animated tile, so...
Oh, that's right. Huh. Good one, Skyzo.
Yeah, because like, how are we going to apply that to this?
Yeah. Nice. That's a good point. So, yeah, that's why they whisked Nina over to New Haven, so that she would be away from all those crazy Blackwing zealots or something like that.
Right.
Now me, I would have painted her wings white, but maybe they couldn't. Actually, hold on. Turns out her wings aren't black. Look at her.
Well, that's fortunate.
I guess maybe they turned black later on in our adolescence or something. I don't know. The game doesn't explain that.
That could be it.
Also, this is gonna be one of those more cutscene-heavy episodes. In fact, it has one of the game's most iconic scenes in it. Like, it's even in the commercial and everything, and this silent video got a copyright claim for having it in the video, so expect some big stuff to happen.
It's gonna be interesting. Do you think this video is gonna be copyrighted?
No, oh, the video's already copyright claimed. It's just a matter of whether or not the one with commentary is copyright claimed. It seems like when we have our own audio over it, it tends to avoid that. It's only when it's silent that it happens.
Well, that's supposed to be because it's transformative, right? So it makes sense.
Yeah. Oof. And look at this. Our very second example of the Church of Evan actually being the bad guys, along with the last video. What do you think of that, Skyzo?
I mean, I kind of saw it coming, because, yeah, I mean, they were a little shadowy, so...
That's the thing, though. I don't think they were up until... Like, they really weren't doing anything wrong up until now.
I don't know, but I got some bad vibes from them, if that's, you know, kind of like that.
I guess. Also, I don't think I would use the line, "You will live to regret this." I think that kind of goes against the point.
Yeah, could say that. It's kind of weird how he wears his crown as well.
Well, I mean, he's the king. I mean, kings wear crowns, right?
Yeah, but while in bed...
Uh-oh, not that. Anyways, yes, this plot twist here, it turns out when you get the wings, you'll never turn back to human form, and why Nina seemed a little shaken up during the party chat last episode, so that's our big conflict for today. Well, one of them.
Well, that's interesting.
Oh, by the way, it's also kind of a reference to the last game where the Windians were just able to transform into big birds as much as they wanted to. In fact, I guess that's another mystery of why they're so afraid of the power now. In last game, they just had them doing it casually.
Now I wonder if the transformation is going to take away her ability to, like, you know, think and be sapient and stuff.
Maybe. Speaking of bestial beings, we have these gargoyles. They're pretty vanilla. They're really, really fast, but they basically just have melee attacks and a fairly weak fire breath. So the only one who's in danger of dying is Nina, but as you can see, that's not going to be a problem. She has a solo section today, but it's a very easy one. Let's put it that way.
Another solo section? This game sure likes those.
Gotta make sure you're raising them all equally, right?
Still can't believe that that's the mechanism that they chose to kind of ensure that the player does that. Looks like it's very inefficient as well.
And in this case, it doesn't even work because, well, we'll see in a moment.
I do enjoy that things are actually happening though.
Indeed, so do I. Now, let's pay attention to that gold. 21,000? Keep that in mind for a minute or two later on.
Right.
And make sure she has an empty inventory slot too, because again, preemptives, she's gonna need those. Now, this puzzle here, you can completely break it with the dash function since it wasn't a part of the original game. It was added in the fan translation and also in the Game Boy Advanced port. So, I'm not gonna do that when I'm solving this for real, but I wanted to show it off.
Right.
And yeah, when you die, it's not a game over like it normally is. It just kicks you back to the start, and look at that, we didn't lose any gold at all.
Interesting, so I imagine you can farm it?
I mean, if you want to, it wouldn't be terribly efficient, but you could. So, basically, all you need to do, even on the Super Nintendo where you can't dash, is just keep attempting it enough times for RNG to be on your favor. Like, for example, this fight where we get initiatives. Because all the enemies here can kill us very, very easily since we haven't been leveling. In fact, they're a threat even for a properly leveled Nina. Even so, we're gonna go out of our way for that wind robe because, for starters, it has a lot of defense power and is one of the only chest plates that Lean can equip. But it also ratchets up your vigor by like 20 points, and even has some resistance to lightning, which is going to be very, very important for the two end-game bosses, the semi-final one and the final one. So make sure you get this before you complete it, because once you beat this section, you cannot enter it again.
Right.
In fact, like, I thought I didn't need it when I was first recording this series, and then it turned out I did, and I had to re-record everything from pretty long while back. It wasn't pleasant, but I don't regret doing so.
You know, I'm not really sure what those rocks were doing. Like, what's the point of them?
It's a trial, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, but like they were just sliding around. Like, what happens if you collide with them?
You just can't proceed. So you have to know exactly how to move to get past them.
Oh, so they move when you move.
Yes, exactly.
Cool.
Sorry that wasn't clear. Okay, so let's talk about this fight. Because this is a 1v1, and it's one of the most infuriating ones in the game, in that it's completely up to RNG. Your max HP is the same as Nina's, so in this case 68, for reasons we'll see soon. But her melee attacks will kill Nina in one hit, just like everything else here. So basically we're hoping she chooses to use a spell instead, and then we'll tag her with a shaved ice, which will kill her in one hit. Also, her AI is bugged. She's supposed to have a 100% chance of casting a spell, and then it gets progressively less as you go through the fight, just like with the messenger in the last video, but for reasons that are really, really complicated, I didn't understand when Nitrodon was trying to tell me. Her AI is bugged so that instead she has only a 33% chance of casting a spell on turns 1 and 3, and then every other turn is a 66% chance. That's why I defended at the start and only used a shaved ice on turn 2, so keep that in mind.
It's very strange how you would end up with those percentages, but it looks like they were trying to do some maths, and it just failed.
Yeah. Also, this is Nina from the first game. One of our party members in Breath of Fire 1.
It's a nice refresher.
Indeed. And it would appear that the reason the Great Bird powers are all jacked up is because she fell in love with someone and that dragon blood just ruined the whole society. Just no one could use their powers anymore. I don't know, I guess they followed their queen's example and they just all started marrying dragon men. I don't know.
What?
I'm not kidding about this. It really is just like she married a dragon man and now everything's screwed.
Well, that's a interesting turn of events. I also like how she's basically slided back, like, out of the view. Didn't even look like she was flying.
Well, it is what it is. I guess magic will do what magic does, and I guess she's not broken up about it, because she just said Nina was the first person to actually be worthy of the power and generations, so I guess she was deciding whether or not to marry that man of hers, and she's just like, no one deserves it anyway, screw it.
Right.
Also, in the old translation, now if you said, she asked you if you forgive her for marrying a man outside her tribe, right?
Right.
So, if you say yes, she just says thank you. If you say no in this translation, she's just like, you know, you're gonna understand one day that love makes you do some crazy things. Perhaps you already understand, because Nina kind of has a crush on this Ryu, too. Again, for kind of a thing, there's always a Ryu and always a Nina in these Breath of Fire games, so...
Right.
But in the old translation, her reply is more whimsical. She laughs about it, and she's just like, that's what love does. You'll understand when you get older, or something. Something I should actually ask Ryusui about, see if the original script differed or something.
I'm sure there was a good reason for it.
Yeah. So, here's something else I've been thinking about too. Do they really need to have a member of royalty become a great bird? They can't just, like, use a soldier or something?
Maybe she's the chosen one.
No, see, that's not it, though, because... Well, first of all, do you remember that blue-haired girl? Mina was in part 1, part 5 and 6 was Nina's sister and all.
What about that?
She's suddenly gonna play a role now.
Oh, that's weird.
And it's not gonna be a chosen one thing either. It's... multiple people can become the great bird, let's put it that way.
So then what are the benefits of picking a member of royalty?
That's my point, there is none. In fact, there's actually a guy in the castle I'm gonna talk about after this scene, and he's like, wow, being a great bird is lovely. I would throw away my life in a heartbeat to be a great bird, even if I can't remember anything. Like, he just happily announces it before and after this scene. So it's like, if only we had asked for volunteers, we could have avoided this whole thing. Oh, okay, minor spoilers, but come on, you know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's kind of it's weird. Like, this game, sometimes there are things that just go completely unexplained, and it never addresses them.
Oh well, rule of drama, I guess, although it's one of my pet peeves in games where something really sad happens and then I realize that it was literally completely avoidable if I think about it hard enough. One of my pet peeves.
Right, but I can understand that because it just completely ruins the immersion, kind of.
Oh well. Let's just enjoy this really nice CG coming up.
So this is what was used for the commercials?
This scene here, yep. Like, they had a live-action woman playing Mina and everything.
that couldn't have been it, right? There's more to this.
More to what now?
There's more to this, like, cutscene. It wasn't just like a flash.
No, we're about at the end.
Oh.
Mina's become a great bird, and she's completely given up all of her sapience and become a wild animal, and now she's talking about how she can be her wings and how happy she is. What is going on? Excuse me?
So she's like a talking animal.
What condolences? She's talking! She gave her life? What?
So my guess as to what's happening is that she can talk, but only she can understand it.
That's a good theory. It would be great if the writers said something like that and we didn't have to imagine one.
Oh, so that also goes completely unexplained. That's typical for this.
Okay, look. Things are happening, we're grading on a curve. That's what I'm deciding, okay, Skyzo?
Right.
Anyways, back to gameplay. The silver tiara is also important. We can access these chests now that we've done everything. The guard would have been blocking us before, and there's that NPC I mentioned who would have happily saved us the sacrifice if we'd had asked. But anyways, we have the silver tiara, which also cuts down lightning damage, so make sure you also have that for Lean before you fight the endgame bosses. And also make sure you redo Sten's fusion, because this is one of those cutscenes that just undoes the fusion automatically. I don't know why, but it does.
Yeah, the fusions in this are a little buggy.
Yeah, I think they were added in, like, last. We don't know that for sure, but it's the only way that makes sense to me. Then again, who knows with these programmers?
Yeah, it could be that.
Also make sure that you visit this town of Gate before moving on. It will add it to your warp list, and trust me, you're gonna want to already be able to warp to it. You'll see why later.
Right.
Now then, go down past the island of Goons, and there we are. We have the holy city of Evrai, the stronghold of the Church of Ivan. But before we do too much there, we're gonna call it good for this episode. Thank you all for joining me today, and tune in next time to see us storm the bastion of our enemies for the very first time. This is Fiona Day Quester signing out. Have a nice day, everyone, and God bless you.
It's gonna be an interesting episode. I'll see you later, YouTube.
Bye, guys.